Greetings and salutations to my church family, to my Facebook friends, to my YouTube friends. Welcome to another edition of Moments with the Master. Moments with the Master was uniquely designed with you in mind, to come to you each and every Monday, to begin your week, each and every Friday, to end your week, to help you, to encourage you, to take time out of your busy schedules to spend a moment with the Master. Many recognize Jesus as the Master, Jesus as the living Word. And if you're going to listen to Jesus, who is the living Word, you have to consult the written Word by looking at the written Word, learning from the written Word, leaning on the written Word, and living by the written Word. Beloved, this morning I want to share a word from the Word by sharing with you something I observed several years ago on National Geographic. I learned something that was very interesting, intriguing, and most instructive. I learned how zoologists captured monkeys in the wild. That's right, I learned how zoologists would capture monkeys in the wild. And it was a pretty simple procedure. They would take a crystal clear flask, place a banana in it, and the monkey would see the banana, place his hands in the flask, and hold on to the banana, trying to get the banana out of the flask, which was merely impossible. As long as he held on, his attention was on getting the banana, and the zoologist would simply come by, take him by the hand, and take him into captivity. And he's still trying to hold on to the banana. Now he's in captivity because he refused to let go. Beloved, in a real sense, isn't that how the enemy of our souls capture us and place us into captivity spiritually? Because we refuse to let go of stuff. We refuse to let go of the junk, the stuff and the things that hold us captive and places us into spiritual captivity. All because we refuse to start fuming and start forgiving. That's the answer. Stop fuming and start forgiving. Beloved, the Bible says in no uncertain terms that we should beware and be aware of four critical things when they show up in our lives. The first is unresolved anger. Beware, be aware when unresolved anger shows up in your life. Unresolved anger. And not only unresolved anger, beware and be aware when unresolved resentment shows up in your life. Not only unresolved resentment, but unresolved bitterness. When unresolved bitterness shows up in your life, you need to beware, you need to be aware. And last but not least, unresolved wrath. Unresolved wrath, in a real sense, is the desire and the need for revenge. As the musical prophet James Brown would say, the big payback. Yes, be careful when you have a desire in your heart to pay somebody back for making you feel as if and as though you've been treated unfairly. You've been treated unfairly. And one thing I want to show you, and notice if you will, that the word anger is one letter short of the word danger. Anger is one letter short of the word danger. Because whenever you see anger, you ought to also see in flashing lights danger. Danger. What is anger? Anger, in a real sense, is our natural response to someone who we feel has caused us great discomfort, someone that has done us wrong, someone who has treated us unfairly. Yeah, when we feel as though we've been treated unfairly, we get angry. We get angry. And we need to be careful because remember, anger is one letter short of danger, of danger, of danger. And anger, the Bible tells us in no uncertain terms, is the first step. Unresolved anger is the first step to murder. It's the first step to murder. My family and I live in the Chicago area, and everybody knows that we lead the nation in unresolved murders. Unresolved murders. Looking at the statistics that the city released, I discovered that 3 out of every 35 murders or deaths, 3 of them is because of murder. And notice, not just murder, but murder of a friend or a family member. Because someone was angry with a friend or a family member. Remember, wherever there is anger, you should be mindful of danger. The danger of anger, the danger of resentment. It's a dangerous thing to fall in the hands of unresolved bitterness and unresolved wrath. Unresolved anger signals danger. That's what I want you to get from here. Unresolved anger should always signal to us danger, danger, danger. Now, notice what happens. We first start with unresolved anger, the feeling, the sense that someone has treated us unfairly. And after unresolved anger, if you don't resolve, and of course, resolve here, unresolved means no solution, no settlement of the anger. The anger is not settled. It's no solution to the anger. And because there's no solution, it's unresolved. Unresolved anger always leads to unresolved resentment. Look at the word resentment. The word resentment literally means to rescind, to revisit, if you will, over and over and over again. When you are in the grip of resentment, you revisit, you rescind the hurt, the harm, the danger, the pain over and over and over again. And you live it as if it happened today when it really happened yesterday. And you revisit the pain over and over. You rescind the pain over and over and over again. Then you know that you're in the grip of resentment because you're sending the message over and over and over and over again. Here's something you need to understand. How can God reverse what we choose to rehearse? Yeah, when we choose to rehearse it, to rescind it over and over and over again, how in the world can God reverse what we've chosen to rehearse? God can't reverse what we choose to rehearse, what we choose to rescind over and over and over again. It's a dangerous thing, beloved, to fall in the hands of anger and unresolved resentment, where we send the message, the pain, the hurt, We relive it over and over and over again as if it happened yesterday. Not only should we beware of resentment, unresolved anger, but we should also be careful when we find ourselves in the grip of unresolved bitterness. Unresolved bitterness. What is unresolved bitterness, Brother Minister? Well, unresolved bitterness is a combination of unresolved anger and unresolved resentment. It's a combination, it's both rolled up into one. Not only do you have the challenge of dealing with unresolved anger, you also have to deal with your unresolved resentment. And when they are together, it equals bitterness. Yeah, you're in the grip of bitterness. And unresolved bitterness always leads to unresolved wrath. Unresolved wrath. What is unresolved wrath, Brother Minister? Unresolved wrath is literally an explosion on the outside because of the ill feelings we're feeling on the inside. It's literally an explosion on the outside because of our ill feelings on the inside. On the inside. And it's amazing to me how we have the knack to find ourselves in explosive situations over and over and over again, all because our anger is unresolved, our resentment is unresolved, our bitterness is unresolved, and we want revenge. We want to pay back. But God tells us and reminds us that vengeance belongs to Him, and He will do the right thing. Oh, trust me, God knows how to pay us, and He has us on our payroll, and He pays His bills on time. God always pays His bills on time. So we have unresolved anger, we have unresolved resentment, unresolved bitterness, unresolved wrath. How do we deal with unresolved anger? How do we deal? How does God expect us to deal with unresolved bitterness and unresolved wrath? Well, Paul helps us out with that in Ephesians. As he was writing to the church at Ephesus, they were having trouble getting along with one another in the church, as churches often do. Members fall out with each other, and the Bible is clear on how we should deal with conflict between one brother and another brother, one sister and another sister, or a sister with a brother. The Bible is clear that we should first show kindness. We must have a heart full of compassion so that we will forgive each other. That's what the Bible says in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32, said that we should show kindness to one another. We should show compassion to one another by showing forgiveness one for another, because God has forgiven us for Christ's sake. That's what Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32 says. By forgiving one another, we show kindness, we show compassion, one towards the other. So the Bible both requests, both requires that we show kindness, we show compassion by showing forgiveness one towards the other. There are four how-tos. There are four how-tos in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. In that verse, Paul leaves us with four how-tos on how to forgive, on how we can forgive. But I see that my time is up. So it's far better to have God and not need Him than to need God and not have Him. If you walk with God, my God will walk with you. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. Be sure you subscribe. Be sure that you have watch parties. If this message has been beneficial to you and you feel as though it'll be beneficial to someone else, feel free to share these messages with others. God bless you till we meet again.